Welcome to our exploration of educational policy, ethics, and governance. In this video, we'll unravel how policies shape the educational landscape, why ethics matter in decision-making, and the role governance plays in ensuring fairness and quality. Education is not just about teaching and learning, it's also about the frameworks that guide institutions, the values that inform choices, and the systems that hold everyone accountable. Let's begin by understanding what educational policy really means and why it's the foundation for effective schooling. Educational policy refers to the set of rules, guidelines, and principles that govern how education systems operate. These policies can be set at various levels, from local school boards to national governments. They determine everything from curriculum standards to teacher qualifications, and even how resources are allocated. By establishing clear policies, educational leaders aim to create consistency, equity, and quality across schools. Understanding these policies helps us see why schools function the way they do. Our educational policies are so important. They provide a roadmap for schools, teachers, and students, ensuring that everyone knows what is expected. Policies help maintain standards, promote fairness, and protect the rights of all stakeholders. Without clear policies, schools might operate inconsistently, leading to confusion and inequality. By setting expectations and boundaries, educational policies create a stable environment where learning can thrive. Educational policies are crafted at multiple levels. Local school boards might set policies for individual districts, while state or national governments create broader regulations. Each level has its own priorities and challenges. Local policies can address community needs, while national policies ensure consistency across regions. Understanding these layers helps us appreciate the complexity of educational governance. Governance in education refers to the structures and processes that guide how decisions are made and implemented. It involves school boards, administrators, government agencies, and sometimes even parents and students. Good governance ensures that policies are followed, resources are used wisely, and everyone is held accountable. It's about transparency, participation, and making sure the system works for everyone. Educational governance structures can vary widely. Some systems have centralized control where decisions are made by a national ministry. Others are decentralized, giving more power to local authorities. Each structure has its strengths and weaknesses. Centralized systems can ensure uniform standards, while decentralized systems can be more responsive to local needs. The key is finding the right balance for each context. School boards play a crucial role in educational governance. They set local policies, oversee budgets, and hire key administrators. School boards act as a bridge between the community and the school system, ensuring that local voices are heard. Their decisions can impact everything from curriculum choices to school safety. Effective school boards are transparent, accountable, and responsive to community needs. Ethics are the moral principles that guide behavior. In education, ethics influence how teachers, administrators, and policymakers make decisions. Ethical considerations include fairness, respect, honesty, and responsibility. When ethical standards are upheld, trust is built between schools and their communities. Ethics ensure that decisions are made in the best interests of students and society. Educators often face ethical dilemmas, such as balancing individual student needs with fairness to the group or handling conflicts of interest. For example, should a teacher give extra help to one student if it means less time for others? These situations require careful judgment and a commitment to ethical principles. Open discussion and clear guidelines can help resolve dilemmas fairly. Many educational organizations have codes of ethics that outline expected behaviors. These codes help guide teachers and administrators in making difficult decisions. They cover issues like confidentiality, professional conduct, and respect for diversity. By following a code of ethics, educators demonstrate their commitment to integrity and professionalism. Developing educational policy is a complex process. It often starts with identifying a problem or need, gathering input from stakeholders, and researching best practices. Draft policies are reviewed, revised, and eventually approved by governing bodies. This process ensures that policies are well-informed, practical, and aligned with educational goals. Stakeholders in education include students, parents, teachers, administrators, and the wider community. Involving stakeholders in policy development leads to better outcomes and greater buy-in. Their perspectives help ensure that policies are relevant and effective. Open communication and collaboration are key to successful policymaking. Once policies are approved, they must be put into action. Implementation involves communicating the policy, training staff, and monitoring progress. Challenges can arise, such as resistance to change or lack of resources. Effective implementation requires clear leadership, ongoing support, and regular evaluation to ensure the policy achieves its goals. Evaluating educational policies is essential to determine their effectiveness. Evaluation involves collecting data, analyzing outcomes, and seeking feedback from stakeholders. If a policy isn't working as intended, adjustments can be made. Continuous evaluation helps schools adapt to changing needs and improve over time. Equity is a core value in educational policy. Policies should ensure that all students have access to quality education, regardless of their background. This means addressing barriers such as poverty, language, or disability. Equity-focused policies promote inclusion and help close achievement gaps. Accountability systems are designed to ensure that schools and educators meet established standards. These systems might include standardized testing, performance evaluations, or public reporting. Accountability helps maintain quality and transparency, but it must be balanced with support for educators and students. Transparency means that decisions and processes are open and clear to everyone. In educational governance, transparency builds trust and allows stakeholders to understand how and why decisions are made. Public meetings, accessible records, and open communication are all part of transparent governance. Educational policies must comply with legal and regulatory frameworks. Laws at the local, state, and national levels set requirements for everything from student rights to school funding. Understanding these frameworks helps ensure that policies are lawful and protect everyone's rights. Strong leadership is essential for effective policy, ethics, and governance in education. Leaders set the tone, model ethical behavior, and guide the implementation of policies. They inspire trust and motivate others to work toward shared goals. Leadership at all levels, from principals to policymakers, shapes the culture of education. Ongoing professional development helps educators stay informed about policy changes, ethical standards, and governance practices. Training and workshops provide opportunities to learn new skills and reflect on best practices. Investing in professional development supports continuous improvement and high-quality education. Including student perspectives in policymaking leads to more relevant and effective policies. Students can offer unique insights into what works and what doesn't in their educational experience. Encouraging student voice fosters engagement and helps create a more responsive education system. Educational policies and practices must be culturally sensitive and inclusive. Recognizing and respecting diversity helps create a welcoming environment for all students. Policies should reflect the values and needs of diverse communities, promoting understanding and equity. Technology is transforming education, and policies must keep pace. Issues like digital equity, data privacy, and online learning require thoughtful policy responses. Effective technology policies ensure that all students benefit from innovation while protecting their rights and privacy. With the rise of technology in education, ethical considerations are more important than ever. Educators must use technology responsibly, ensuring that student data is protected and that digital tools are used to enhance learning, not replace it. Clear guidelines help maintain ethical standards in a digital world. Educational policy, ethics, and governance are global issues. Countries around the world face similar challenges but may approach them differently. Learning from international best practices can inspire innovation and improve outcomes in local contexts. Implementing educational policies is not always easy. Challenges can include limited resources, resistance to change, and conflicting priorities. Addressing these challenges requires flexibility, communication, and a willingness to adapt. Successful implementation depends on the commitment of all stakeholders. Education is always evolving, and so must its policies, ethics, and governance. Continuous improvement means regularly reviewing and updating policies to reflect new research, changing needs, and emerging challenges. This ongoing process helps ensure that education remains relevant and effective. Looking ahead, educational policy will need to address new challenges such as technological change, globalization, and shifting societal values. Policymakers must be proactive, flexible, and open to innovation. The future of education depends on policies that are forward-thinking and responsive to a rapidly changing world. We've covered the essentials of educational policy, ethics, and governance. From the development and implementation of policies to the importance of ethics and effective governance, each element plays a vital role in shaping education. Reflecting on these topics helps us appreciate the complexity and importance of educational systems. In conclusion, educational policy, ethics, and governance are the pillars of a strong educational system. They ensure that schools operate fairly, ethically, and effectively. By understanding and engaging with these concepts, we can all contribute to a better future for education. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the foundations of educational policy, ethics, and governance.